Just want to give you some updates on this very important news about the birth certificate of Lily. We know that Pidina, she gave an interview with Dan Whedon, and she basically said that her son was born in California, and she said, "Code, I know that we have gotten a copy of his original birth certificate with the signatures on it." So I do remember, cause I did a story on this, that the birth certificate of for Lily. So she had her son's birth certificate, and when she matched that with what she found about Lily's birth certificate, she said that code looks nothing like the birth certificate for my son and others. So not just my son, but also other people, their birth certificates, their children's birth certificate, they don't match with what Lily's birth certificate shows. It is definitely different, and even, she said, Pidina, and even the copy that was released by TMZ said this is not like an official copy. So we have never seen the real birth certificate for Lily. We have not seen it. This is what she's saying. Quote, so I know from what I have seen it's not legit. It's not, cause I have one and it looks completely different. Now, fascinating, and no one like who's going to come out. I mean, nobody's going to say anything about the birth certificate, according to, again, Pidina. So when she was asked about the birth certificate and the birth surrounding Lily, Dan Warren asked Pidina, do you think that we will ever know the truth? This is what she said. I don't know. Quote, I don't know if it will ever be revealed. I think unless there was a way to call for that officially, which I can't imagine happening, I don't think we'll ever know. But imagine if there were someone coming out later with the DNA from Harry, I mean from Archie and Lily later when they're older, when they're there, I think that will always be curiosity about the DNA. And imagine someone trying to get a piece of hair of her a piece of hair or saliva from these children when they become adults later. Like, they are creating this curiosity around the children that goes to levels of science that people will be like trying to get later in life. Now I want you to actually take a listen at this video from Pidina with her interview in Dan Overton show.
Well, my son was born in California, and I know that we've gotten a copy of his original birth certificate with the signatures on it. So, but I do remember, because I did a story on this, that the birth certificate for Lily looks nothing like the birth certificate for my son and others. It's definitely different. And even the copy that was released by TMZ said this is not like an official copy. So we have never seen the real birth certificate for Lily. We have not seen it. So
Okay, not only that the birth certificate is so strange that it doesn't really match with anybody else's, but also the schooling, which school they are going. And I'm talking about obviously Archie, because I think Lily is too young for her to go to school yet. Which schooling he's going. We have reports that child protection services, they visit their house occasionally. Now a lot of this could be rumors, just rumors, but at the same time, when you think about this, Meghan and Harry trying to hide something from us for sure about Lily's birth and also Archie's birth. It does raise this question whether this whole saga is just rumor, gossip, or are they true. And from what we understand, guys, these are true reports. Allegedly, I mean, we also always have to use the word allegedly, but to me looks like more investigation must be done. More investigation must be done, to say the least, because things are not looking real or original from Meghan and Harry. Take a listen a little bit more here.
I know from what I've seen, it's not legit. It's not, because I have one and it looks completely different.
Fascinating.
And no one's like, who's going to come out and say anything? Who? You know what I mean? So like she can get away with it. That's what I think has happened.
Well, on a similar note, Millie7335 asks P. Diner, will the truth about the alleged children ever be revealed?
I I don't know if it will ever be revealed. I think unless there was a way to call for that officially, which I can't imagine happening, I don't think we'll ever know. But imagine if there were someone coming out later with DNA from from Archie and Lilibet later when they're older, when they're, I think that will always be curiosity about the DNA. And imagine someone trying to get a piece of hair or saliva from these children when they become adults later. Like they're creating this curiosity around the children that goes to levels of science that people will be like trying to get later in life. I think that's a problem for them. So unless they come out and say it like years later, and it's not a big deal because it's so long ago, that's one thing. But it could be a problem for them later, I think, because people are curious about that. And I think unless they kind of give out the truth right now before it gets to that level, they're going to cause people to do some sinister things around science and finding out that will surprise people, because that's going to
Mm.
always be there for people to have curiosity around.
Okay, I think she does have a point that people will be always curious, but I think the other side of it is that as you know, the king is getting older. Once Prince William becomes the king, he might pay attention to this kind of stories where people are asking question about Lily's birth, whether she's the biological daughter of Prince Harry or not. That is something that Prince William may look into. He definitely is giving some hints that he's done with Harry and that Harry will never be back to the monarchy, to the royal fold. Would he take the next step and find out who will be the next in line for the throne? Obviously, we know that will be his son. But Lily and Archie, they will always occupy or always have this status of being in the line of succession, whether it's the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, or eighth, the eighth. If in case there is a disaster in the royal family, then they will have to take charge. And that is something that Prince William should be looking into. This is why that he needs to find out whether these children, these surrogate invisible children, that truly had his children. Meghan's hysterectomy story, from her father, Thomas Markle, adds more to it, adds more suspicion to it about her ability to give birth to Lily and Archie. Subscribe for more videos in the next one.